Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and today I am crazy excited to show you our new fridge. This is the Helux E60L Powered Cooler, and it is a game changer. There's a lot of fridges on the market right now. You've got the high-end brands like Dometic, Snowmaster. You've got your budget-friendly brands that you can buy off Amazon, like an Alpacool or an Iceco, or Bouge RV is another brand. But what sets this one apart from all the others is that right now, this fridge is running. It's set to 34 degrees, and it's not plugged into anything. It's not plugged into the wall. It's obviously not plugged into one of our vehicles, and it's running. Because what sets this apart, and what I think is crazy innovative with this fridge, is that it has the battery built in. So a lot of times you're going to buy a fridge, be it a Dometic or or an Alpacool or whatever. You're going to buy a fridge, and then you're also going to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to run that fridge when I am not on the move, when I'm just sitting at camp and I want to protect the battery in my vehicle? So then you're thinking, okay, I've either got to do a dual battery setup, which is not fun to do. It's not exactly cheap either, and you're limited to it being, you're tied to the vehicle in that sense. Or you've got to look at a portable power station like a Jackery, a Goal Zero, a Blue Yeti, one of those options in the 500 watt or higher range. This, you don't need any of that because it's got the battery built in right here, and that is absolutely incredible. I met these guys at the More Expo. They had their fridges out and talked to them and was blown away at what these fridges can do. They said that the battery on this would run this fridge realistically for 3 to 4 days. That's crazy. So as a comparison, our Dometic CFX 355 IM on the Jackery 1000 ran for just over 96 hours. This, with its battery, ran for 133 hours and 49 minutes. That is over 5.5 days. I think 5 days and 13 hours. That is absolutely incredible. This is a 60-liter fridge. Our Dometic is a 55-liter fridge, so this is actually even a bigger fridge than the Dometic. It has an LG compressor in it, which is fantastic. One of the great design features, I think, of this thing is that, with the exception of the controls and the battery, obviously, they've put duplicate things on each side. So on each side of the fridge, you have a bottle opener. On each side of the fridge, you've got your input cable for battery charger or wall outlet. This also has an Anderson connector. It is one of the large Anderson connectors. So you can charge this and run it off solar. If you're out off the grid for an extended period of time and you are running this fridge on battery alone, you can plug in solar panels to this. I don't have the specs on how much solar input this can accept and how fast it can recharge the battery that way, but the fact that it can is pretty freaking incredible. And they've got it on this side. And this side. So no matter which way you put it in your vehicle, you've got the options there. You're not limited to just one side, maybe butting up against the back wall of your vehicle or that sort of thing. They included it on both sides, and I think that is absolutely phenomenal. The controls on it are your fairly standard fridge controls, plus or minus here for your temperatures. It does have an eco mode and a max cooling mode. So when it's plugged into the wall outlet, it's going to be in max cooling mode. So it can get down there as fast as possible. When you plug it into 12 volt or when it's running off the battery, it goes in eco mode, and that really saves on the compressor usage and how much energy it's putting out to keep the fridge cool. It works very well. This tells you the voltage that it's currently running at. This also has Bluetooth, and there is an app in development for it. Like I said, this is a new fridge, and it's crazy innovative. In the app, it will give you a lot more information than what you're going to have here on the screen. The app will tell you how much power input is coming from solar.
Hi, just a side note. I would never have purchased one of these because it's not the name brand, Optical, Dometic, Asco.
Yeah.
Eating my words.
Yep.
Because this is pretty amazing.
It's freaking awesome.
I know.
Ah. The hinges are great. They're really strong. They're spring loaded, so you don't have to worry about them flopping around. The corners are reinforced on all sides. And another neat thing I love about this, most every fridge, or good fridge, you can flip the lids around so that they can open on the left side or the right side or the front or the back, depending on how the fridge is configured. This one also opens on both sides. But you don't have to flip the lid around. I think that's incredible. I mean, they put a lot of thought into this thing. Inside, there is one storage container. There's just one open area with one large basket. Probably would be nice if they had some dividers in here. I wish they did. That way you can keep your milk here without it possibly flipping over. So far, our Dometics don't have this either. They just have a single divider down the middle. I wish everyone would give you options to at least have 3 compartments and move where they are. So if you want if you need a compartment that's this big, you have a space for it. If you need another compartment here and a bigger, or just 2 compartments, a big one and a small one, just to keep things contained and that sort of thing. It sucks to have like a half gallon of milk in there and it tips over, and when it does that, the lid pops off. That is absolutely no fun to clean up. So I wish everyone would do that. And so far, I haven't found anybody that does. But I also only own 2 brands. So, yeah. But I've seen others, and they don't have it either. It does have an LED light inside, so you can see what you're doing at night. The battery on this is right here. It's basically the equivalent of a Jackery 1000. It's a 1092 watt-hour battery. Now, unlike a Jackery or a Blue Yeti or anything like that, this doesn't have all the inputs to, run additional things off of it. There's no AC outlets. There's no 12-volt adapters or anything like that to run into it. There is, however, 2 USB ports. So you can plug USB devices into this and, phones or camera batteries or anything that can charge off a USB. You can do that. But this battery was specifically designed to run this fridge, and in that it does it very well. You even have the option of getting a second battery if you feel like you need to be off the grid that long. You can get a second one, have it fully charged, swap them out, and that would allow you a long time away from people. So that might be a lot of fun.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
I realized when I was editing this video that I forgot to include one really key piece of information that I think is really cool about how this fridge interacts with your vehicle when you're not moving. So if you get to camp and you turn off your vehicle, this thing is going to act like any other fridge, and it's going to use your vehicle battery to power the fridge until it hits the voltage cutoff setting. And this fridge does have voltage cutoff, high, medium, and low settings, just like most other fridges on the market. It's when it hits that voltage cutoff that then this battery kicks in and takes over. So that gives you even more off-grid time, because it's going to use your vehicle battery until it hits the voltage cutoff to protect your starter battery, and then it's going to move to the battery in the fridge and run off that for the remainder of the time. And when you are on the move again, as the fridge is getting its power from the vehicle again, it's also going to be charging the battery at the same time, because it's got the whole pass-through thing. So super awesome. Now back to the rest of the normal video. A couple very minor things that I wish were different about this. And the main thing being this interior space. It's just one large box. And the tray, as you can see, the tray has, it's angled inside. And inside, it's basically a square box with 90-degree angles. So when the tray is in there, you've got about an inch of space running all the way around that you can't use. And that's not a huge deal, but you know, it would be nicer if this was square and fit down into there a little bit better, and you didn't have that kind of wasted space at the bottom. And our Dometic has a little half shelf right here. It's the part that sits over the compressor, so it would be about right here. And it's a great place. That's where I put my eggs and that sort of thing. This doesn't have it because this has the battery, and then down here is the compressor, so there's no empty space up here. But it would be nice if they gave us like a smaller tray that fit down into this, you know, maybe, I don't know, a third of the width. And that way you can have kind of 2 levels of storage and put some of those type of things like eggs, you know, in that little tray. I think that would be fantastic. The other thing is just the size. It's a 60-liter fridge, so yeah, it's big, and it's got the battery on the back, so it's obviously going to take up more space than your standard fridge. I really wish they made this in a 45, maybe a 50-liter, just a hair smaller, and that would be perfect for me. They do make this in a larger size. They make this in a 75-liter dual zone, and that thing is a beast. It's got 2 compartments. One can be a fridge, one can be a freezer, and that thing would be absolutely incredible. If you're in the market for a fridge or got an old one and you want to replace, give these guys a serious look. I am crazy impressed with this thing. Build quality is fantastic. The attention to detail is fantastic. Just the innovative things they've done with this. I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I absolutely love it. We've got a trip to Padre Island National Seashore next week. We're taking my wife's Grand Cherokee. This thing is going with us. We are not taking her Dometic. We are not taking the CFX55IM. We're taking this with us because of this battery, because we're going to be parked on the beach for 4 days, and I don't want to have to deal with the Jackery. I don't want to have to deal with that. And I know that this will take care of us and be incredible. So that's the plan. This is going with us. I'll let you know how this does, but so far I am crazy impressed with this fridge. The guys at Helux have been fantastic to work with. They're here in the United States, super easy to get a hold of, email, phone calls. Been really impressed with them on that. And check it out. If you're in the market for a fridge and you're thinking, you know, I'm going to have to get the fridge, probably going to need to get a Jackery or a Blue Yeti or some, you know, power station to charge it so it's not constantly draining my vehicle battery down. Just keep in mind, a high quality fridge like a Dometic, the 55, it's going to run you $1,100, $1,200, depending on maybe $1,000 if you can find it on sale. Then add the cost of a Jackery 1000 to it, that's another $1,000. So that's, I mean, you're above $2,000 right there. This one, $1,049, and you get everything. And the design is fantastic. They've really thought through it. So I can't speak highly enough about this. I'm not getting paid to say this. I just fell in love with it when I saw it at the More Expo and absolutely had to have it, and then wanted to share it with you. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Speaking of the More Expo, my friend Chris, who puts on the More Expo, hopefully you saw that video, and it was a great event. He's actually doing another event called the Big Iron Overland Rally. It's going to be in West Mineral, Kansas. It's coming up in May. It's kind of a Overland vendor expo kind of thing and music festival all in one. So lots of vendors set up, lots of camping space to hang out, and then a lot of great music acts to do it. Family, kids activities, that sort of thing. There's going to be a couple guest speakers. There's going to be some classes. I'm teaching a class on Gaia GPS, just like I did at More Expo. I'm teaching the Gaia GPS class. I'm actually teaching 2, one Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, I think. That's subject to change. That has not been finalized, but I think that's what it is. And so, gonna be awesome. I mean, it's right there in the middle of the United States. If you can make it to that, look it up. Big Iron Overland Rally. Gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, Helux Fridge. If you liked the video, if this was helpful to you, seriously, give them a serious look. Give them a look. I just think this is a game changer. And like the video, subscribe. You know, if you like the channel and want to support us, take a look at the Patreon link in the description and at the end of the video. Would really appreciate that. And I thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.